People who know me, if you know me, you know what I mean? That's how we're like two peas in a pod. And Annette has flown in from Ghana today.
Yes,
today
you dragged me out.
That's a theme you'll see. I drag Annette to everything.
Rush me.
I rush her, I drag her, I make her run for buses, and she hates me for it. But
anyways,
I'm so grateful to have my bestie here, Annette, because we've had a traumatic day. So we're filming the podcast. One of our guests' flight got cancelled. Yeah, and Annette arrived from Ghana to stay with me for a couple of days, expecting to rest. And I said, girl, I need a filling. And I said, the filling's going to be you.
As spontaneous as she is.
Annette, such a good friend. Got in the shower from her overnight flight. She got ready, got dressed, and she's here today. So, round of applause for the friends that come through when you need them, because Annette, you're a real one.
Thank you, sis.
And we're going to dive into your story, because this is still the Nova Boba podcast, not as we were expecting it, but it's still the podcast. And Annette, funnily enough, she doesn't always want to share her story, but she has recently become an entrepreneur.
Oh, my days, Amma.
Which I know you don't want to share the story of the podcast, but here we
have
are.
to.
But we have to. Yeah. So, Annette, tell us about Netty and Nature. What is it? What is your brand?
Wow, Amma. Okay, thank you for inviting me today. Honestly, I'm honored to be here. I'm excited actually, because I envisioned this in some way, like some years ago.
Did you?
Yeah, and it's actually coming to pass. So yeah, anyways.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because I know you have these visions and things.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, sometimes some of our conversations, after we finish speaking, we're like, this could actually be a podcast.
Yeah.
So I'm glad.
Here we are
I'm
today.
glad,
We have 4-hour calls.
Bro.
And it's always sleeping.
Bro.
By the end of the call. And I'm like, Annette, are you there? You there?
I switch off at 10:11, so please.
I'm like, you there? You still talking to me, girl?
I'm like, yeah, I'm
like,
listening.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so Netty and Nature. Those that are close to me know my nickname is Netty.
Yeah.
And I came up with the name during COVID. During COVID, because a lot of things were shut down, I used to get re-energized by taking walks and basically appreciating also the magnificence of God through nature.
Yeah.
So I began to really appreciate the beauty in nature, honestly. And I came up with the name. It was supposed to be like a t-shirt brand.
I remember that. You started that in uni.
Yeah,
with t-shirts with like sunsets on there.
Yeah. I found one recently when I was packing. I actually printed one. Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, so that's how that started. And then I think I had...
But it was good at the time. I remember thinking,
no, it was nice.
Anything you made, I'll buy. That's when I was like, y'all buy it.
Yeah. I think I put that down. And fast forward, I graduated. Uni took art focus in uni, so I graduated.
First class degree, top, was it? Top engineer, a chemical engineer.
I was on the top chemical engineer. Let me top 5%.
Top 5%. Got an award. Chemical engineering, and that's so intelligent, so hardworking. She's a real inspiration. Yeah, but
fast forward, I graduated, so I had to focus more on uni, and I started looking for a grad job.
Yeah,
and it was during COVID time, so a lot of companies were not really hiring. It was quite tough.
I remember, yeah,
it was a really tough time, and I ended up going back home because I'm originally from Ghana. And when I went back home, funny enough, in my final year, I decided to get into tech because when COVID happened, a lot of companies realized they had to digitalize a lot of things or else they would like collapse. And so that disruption happened, and I was quite excited about it. I wanted to be a part.
Yeah, you really got into data science, didn't you?
Yeah. So I started my own self-learning journey, got a job, started applying my skills there, worked with Google, currently now with PwC. But in the African parents' household, it's almost like we took you to uni to study chemical engineering and you want to go into technology. Like, and it was because it's new. Obviously, they're not really used to it. What's data
science?
analytics? With all our money. And so I was like, wait, let me see if I can do something with this degree. And at the time, there was the whole wave of shea butter, body care stuff, natural stuff. And growing up, I was more inclined to using natural stuff, to be very honest. So at the time, there were very few brands, but the brands that were there, I would always try their stuff, or I'd make things at home. So like I'll make a lip scrub, or I'll make like a face scrub. I like the natural things. I would research what do certain things do, and then buy like products with them and see if it works. Okay. And that testing thing, when I cast my mind back, because sometimes I sit down and reflect and I'm like, some of the stuff I'm doing now, I used to do it when I was way young. And it's just showing itself in like a different form. But who you are as a kid
has always manifested itself when you're younger, for sure. I believe that 100%.
I believe everyone actually needs to sit down and do that reflection.
Find their inner child again.
Yes, find their inner child.
Because life suppresses that.
Because life's pressures, other influences suppress that, and then you don't really know who you are.
It's true.
So growing up, I like mixing stuff from the kid going to the kitchen. Mom's always, she always hit my hand. You're always mixing things. You're always mixing things.
You like to cook as well. Like really like to experiment with different flavors.
So then I started baking on Saturday. Sometimes when my mom is free, they'll blow up like a rubber swimming pool, and then she would make some cupcakes. So I started figuring how she would do them, right? And so during vacation, when she'd gone to work, I'd take some of the cupcake mixes and try and make them, and they would burn. And so she would come home upset, like, why did you do it? Try again. But man, I'll try again. And finally, it started working out. And I was like, you know something? I don't even want to use the cupcake mix. I want to bake from scratch. So then I started baking from scratch. So the cakes, pies, breads, like you name it. I would do anything. I'll just research. Once I find it and I can find the ingredients here, I'll just make it. So I love doing that already.
Chemical engineering is basically like adult version of baking. Right?
So when I was in high school, I started an initiative with a friend, and there was encouraging like healthy eating, healthy lifestyle. And so that was another challenge to bake cupcakes, because in Ghana, I hadn't really, that healthy lifestyle hadn't really come to Ghana. So you'd see things like Martha Stewart and some other famous bakers introducing such stuff. So maybe vegan cupcakes or coconut this. So I'll look at their recipes and then look at what I have in Ghana and see if I can replace some of the stuff. So I ended up making brownies, which we sold at school. Like, people loved them, but they didn't know they were made from beans. Up till today, I think this is the first time I'm revealing it.
Yeah, actually, that was veg. That was vegetables.
Yes, it's really. I was like, don't worry, because I felt like if I said, like the beans, there's a meal called red in Ghana, which is like plantain and beans. Like those beans were the beans I was talking about. The red ones. And I use them to make the brownies, but you would not even taste it. You would not even know. You would not even know. And that took a lot of like experiments. And again, like my dad is, bro, focus on your high school. You have exams, but I didn't care. I'll be in the kitchen, I'll make it and I'll bring it to him. I'm like, okay, taste, what do you think? Texture, what do you think?
So you'll be collecting feedback.
Then I go back and as much as he shouts, like I'll still bring it back to him. I'm like, Dad, can you please taste it again? What do you think? Has the texture improved? So I do that till I got to a point where I was like, you know something, I like this product. And then I took it to school and sold it.
That's such an important part of entrepreneurship. That like we test and get feedback.
So you get to a product which you think is suitable and ready to go. So that was high school, and then uni happened. I dropped it. I wasn't really baking as much.
Because of uni stress, pressures.
So that dropped. I'd cook. So then I moved to cooking. So I tried different. You remember our girls' party? Cook. So I like cooking, right? So then it came to that. So I tried different things, and then I dropped that, and then I came to Ghana, and then I moved into skincare. So it was like baking to like savory stuff to now skincare. And it's the same experimenting, it's the same mixing, the same research. So it's the same thing I'm doing.
It's the same process.
It's the same process I'm doing, but I'm doing it in a different industry now. And so I feel like those skills I built, following procedures, temperatures, just those skills I built them when I was younger.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I'm literally using them now in the skincare brand. And so to the skincare brand, what we have here today, are hand creams, okay? Feel free to actually try them.
I've already tried.
Amma is the number one.
People don't like the thing is, it's not even just because you made it, but genuinely, like I don't want to sound like one of those people, but I'm so worried about what's in skin things today. Like every time I read the back of ingredients on something that you think should be like just moisturizer, I'm like, what is this organ, the largest organ, the skin? What is this? What are we absorbing?
It really is,
And something I'm really passionate about. So when Annette said she was building this, hey, how many tubs did I buy? Like,
you bought a lot.
I'm still waiting for more.
You bought a lot. Yeah. So this is the vanilla honey one.
It smells really good. It just smells. It smells natural.
Yeah.
Like it just smells natural. And
and it's non-greasy. It's fast absorbing. So starting with this, I started with like normal shea butter. I'd whip it, which was what mainly a lot of people were doing. And I asked myself that, yes, these products are there, right? People make them in Ghana, people buy them, or people give them as like gifts. But why don't we continue using it after we use it once? Some people do, but most people don't.
You mean?
So if it's given as a gift, let's say this is in a gift set, you might use it once or twice, and after you stop.
Oh, true. That's actually it depends.
And the feedback from this is in the Ghanaian market. So the feedback there was it's greasy. It's oily. I don't want my skin to be shining. And even for the men, some men don't like their skin shining,
greasy,
greasy. I want the stuff to moisturize me, but I don't want to see the grease. Do you get what I mean? And so I started out just whipping it, and then I had to do further research to see how can I get the product to be moisturizing, but not greasy. Some people like their skin to be shiny, but the grease is not equal to moisturizing. Grease is not equal to moisturizing, especially people with really dry skin. So I delved into more research, was able to make a product that moisturizes. You can see on your skin, you can barely see that you've put anything on your skin, but when you touch it, it feels moisturized.
It feels very moisturized.
Yeah, but you don't see a trace of it, and that's what's the highlights of my product. So that's how Netty Nature started, and as usual, I'm experimenting. So I have other things in the pipeline. Body creams, facial serum, so much more.
Which I want.
This is literally just the start, and it's exciting, to be honest. It's refreshing, actually. It's
refreshing. It's exciting time.
Yeah,
this is just the beginning, and I would love to bring it back to why we do the Nova Boba podcast.
Right,
is to share these people, Annette, on the journey who are just starting out. Seeing the journey, seeing the small beginnings, seeing what this is going to grow into, because we normally hear all these successful entrepreneurs who tell their stories in hindsight, but here you are building it here and now from scratch, and I'm just so excited that you're here to share this journey.
Thank you so much for inviting me. It's not an easy journey. I'll be like, am I crazy for doing this? Why am I doing this? Should I stop?
Why do you think you're crazy?
Because you look at all the challenges you're facing and you ask yourself, is it worth it? It's not. You need a strong mindset to overcome these challenges as an entrepreneur. It's not an easy journey. It's not a walk in the park.
It's kick back after kick back after
yes,
kick back
literally.
After,
And so then you're like, hey, is it worth? Maybe I should just forget about it and then relax. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I don't have to go through all this stress. I'm already working a 9 to 5. No, that's my point. No one's forcing me. So should I stop and just focus on my 9 to 5 but then
just live,
you get what I mean? But then it's also, I love this thing I'm doing. No one asked me to do it. No one asked me to do the research. I do it myself.
When there's an itch you have to scratch, I think you've just got to go for it. And you've got to live life too. You want to live with no regrets, right?
Yeah, you really want to live with no regrets. And at this age where I don't have many responsibilities, I can take these risks.
You can take these risks.
I can take these risks. So it's an exciting, very exciting journey. I also have a vision of it being global, so being in Ghana. So everything I do, I think of
globally.
Yeah.
And I think that's really cool. Like apparently great entrepreneurs think of this big vision but keep it but while keeping it practical. They've got to be able to marry these two
together. Yeah, because when you don't do that, there's different markets. When I was doing the research, there's different markets. What the people in the UK like versus what the people in the US might like versus what the people in Kenya might like versus what the people in so you need to have all those things, yes, or else you lose out. So you need to
because the key propositions you've told me about, like it being organic, clean, like I think in the UK, like there's a real care for that now. There's this real big push to stripping back, because I think Western world, London, we got so think that like people are just trying to bring things back to
norm. It's back to the basics.
Back to the basics. Because we've just been over consuming everything, and I think people were like,
you need to be really careful what you put in your body and on your body. It's very important. And as you said, the skin is the largest organ. It might seem funny, but when you start having issues with your skin, then you realize how important it is. And that's what people see first. When they see you. Your face, your arms, whatever it is. So it's really important.
For confidence, it's people really want to feel good in their skin.
Once it's healthy. That is the goal. The goal is for it to be healthy. That honestly is the goal. And so to be healthy, you need to be using certain things and avoiding other things. Parabens, sulfates, things that do not really help nourish your skin.
The next segment of the podcast is called The Reality. We like to spill the tea on Nova and Boba.
Okay, Amma, what tea are we spilling?
What tea are we spilling? Let's get into it. What has been your worst business moment running Netty Nature?
I think making a large batch of products and something went wrong. So I had to throw everything away.
What was wrong with it?
It was a process thing. It was to do with one of the oils and how they were melted. Yes. And so when it was done, because usually if you make something, you know how it looks, the pH. So when it was done, and I was like, nah, this thing is looking a bit different. And this is like the largest batch I've made. Okay.
Oh, damn. Dang it.
Yeah, so I had to throw it all away and do it all over again. But and also because I'm funding this myself.
Yeah.
I'm not in a really high position at work that I'm earning so much. So I think one big drawback is the time it's taking to get to where I am now. If I had more money, I would have probably paid people to do certain things. And it would have been done a bit faster. It's all
financing
good.
thing. Yeah, we're going to get into that.
When I feel like at this stage, because I'm handling every single aspect of the business, at the point where I have to hand it over to someone, I already know what you're supposed to be doing.
So you've got that system in place that you can give to someone quite easily.
Yes, so it has both advantages and disadvantages,
For sure. And what are some of the personal sacrifices, if any, you've made for this business?
I would say my enjoyment, man.
Yeah, your enjoyment. Yeah. Life,
a girl likes
so
to
much
chill,
fun.
man. I want to go out. But it's so the money I'm going to spend at that dinner. Maybe if I bought. I probably wouldn't go.
Because Annette and I, we used to love enjoyment.
Bro, sis.
We'll just like chill, watching Love Island, like doing
going on vacation. There's things, if I hadn't started this business, I could have easily done buying like bags, shoes. A girl likes to look good, man.
But with a business, you're always thinking about where's my money going, especially where's my time going.
Where's my time going and where's my money going? Those two.
Before, you wouldn't even have that consideration. You would be living life for enjoyment.
Yes. But I know at the end of the day, it's all for something.
It's all for
something. So it's not bad.
Anything you would have done differently looking back when starting your business?
I would say outsourcing earlier and I'll say outsourcing earlier, because initially I tried to do my own logo and stuff, and I realized, sis, you can be creative, don't get me wrong, but you just are not that person.
I'm not a good designer,
And accepting that and getting the help I need and paying for it or whatever it is is something that I would have done earlier. So I ended up getting a graphic designer who did everything, but I wasted time trying to do it on my own, and it wasn't worth it. So that's a lesson I've learned. Like, I look at it, if I'm like, look, this is going to take more time
Then
than it should, and I could probably be doing other things to make more money. I'll just pay the
outsourcing.
person.
Yeah.
And not being scared. And believing in yourself.
Yeah. Were you scared?
Yeah, and I think I still am.
Yeah.
There's always something that makes you a bit like, ooh, then you need to just master the courage. There's always always a hurdle.
I think if you,
it gets greater as you go. Yeah, it just never stops. It just gets greater as you go.
Yeah. And the reality, what's the best piece of business advice you've received while on this journey? Just do. That's what Presence just said in the previous podcast. It all starts with action.
Just do.
Just do.
Yeah.
And Nike said
the thinking is good, but as I said, because I tend to be really thorough, I might be wasting time. So just go ahead and do it. Yeah.
Just do it. Fantastic. And I wanted to go into the little bit of how you're funding this. That's a really important. A lot of entrepreneurs, especially particularly Gen Z entrepreneurs, they're like, what will stop you from running a business? Finances is a big thing.
Yes.
So how are you funding this?
So the funny thing is the research of, I did the formulation of the product. So I formulate the product, decided on the packaging, all that. I get advice from people, but the whole process, I do it. So with formulation, it was not that expensive. Because I'm buying in small quantities and I'm testing out. So I'm not spending as much money as, you get what I mean? But now setting up, putting structures and systems in place so that when you scale things are right, that's where the money is going. Yeah.
So what sort of systems?
Getting a proper place, getting your, in our country is FDA, so you need certain certification. So all those things are things that will take your money.
Will take the money.
They'll take your money. But for me, I think because I did it at a pace that worked for me. So when I have the money, instead of maybe going out, I would buy product and formulate. When I have the money, instead of I'll buy product, send to you, send to others, get feedback. So I was, instead of using the money for other things, you get what I mean? Till I got the final product. But right now I've realized majority of the funds are going, and also the packaging, the design. Because you try this doesn't work, you try that doesn't work. And that, I think that has consumed a lot of money.
And you're just using this from your working money to fund this?
Yes, I do have some support though from some family
that's good.
members.
It's good to be honest about this.
Yes, they started, I think so initially it was all me. But when they realized
you're passionate,
it was something that they believed in, I started getting support. So in that regard, that has been good. Yeah.
Brilliant. And we're gonna play a little quick game. So
please, I'm not here for embarrassment.
Do you know what BYOB stands for? In the general sense. Do you know what BYOB stands for?
Videographer is even laughing at me. So that's what do we know?
It's bring your own booze.
Bring your own
booze. However, there's a business acronym. Do you know what it stands for?
No. What does it stand for?
Be your own boss. Okay. Startups are formed every minute.
Every minute. Can I give a range?
No, just one answer.
Come on, please.
Come on, girl.
Every minute. 50.
Every minute. It's actually 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Wow, 50. So many forms. Yeah, I don't know. And according to ChatGPT, what's the most useful skill for a founder to have? Is it resilience, creativity, or discipline?
Discipline.
According to ChatGPT, it's resilience.
Okay.
So keep getting back up. ChatGPT though. That thing ain't always right.
Yeah, to be fair. But what do you think it is though?
I think it's resilience.
But not discipline.
Discipline is very important as well. But to be punched and punched and punched again and always keep rising.
But is that not discipline as well? Mixed. To be honest, I think resilience is a stronger word.
There's elements of resilience that do require discipline.
So I think resilience does embody discipline. So that makes sense. Yeah.
And for the final quiz question this is a quote from a famous entrepreneur, and I would like you to tell me who this entrepreneur is. So your work is going to fill a large part of your life. And the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. Who said this?
Mm-hmm.
You use their product every day for sure.
I use it every day.
Yeah.
On my body.
I wouldn't say on your body. It depends what it is, because you could use it on your body. But not in the yeah.
Wait, so in my hair?
This is Tech Entrepreneur.
Oh. Founder of Apple.
Sorry?
Apple, the founder of Apple.
It is Steve Jobs. Okay, Annette. Okay, Annette, come through. So.
Come on, you didn't even believe I could get this right. All right, girl.
The final element of this podcast is going to be about
how
your
do you
future.
even use that on your body, sis?
I was thinking of Apple Watch.
Oh.
So the final element of the podcast is your future, Annette. What does the future of Netty and Nature look like for you?
In the near future, it would be to be well known in a particular market. In the years to come, it would be to expand to other markets.
You mean the skincare markets? I mean across different countries.
Across different.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. Brilliant. And yeah, what impact do you want to leave in this world?
That's a tough question. Not tough, but deep question. I guess I want to give value to as many people as I can.
Yeah.
Be it through the products that I sell, or be it through conversations they have with me, be it through me helping them in whatever way. Yeah, I just want to give value to people. Yeah.
I love that. And any sort of last thoughts for anyone listening to the podcast that might want to start their own business one day? Any last thoughts you want to share before we wrap this up?
I would say do your research, know your strengths, understand the market you're getting into, and then start. Know the market you're getting. Understand what you're about to embark on. You might not understand fully, but just do your research. And if you believe like you have a strength there, you have something to offer, why not? A
lot of the entrepreneurs we interview, that's one key trait I've heard, what you just said. They know their market so well, the problem so well before they even start building into it.
Exactly. Yeah, because if you do, you're building to fail, actually. Yeah.
You're building to fail.
Yeah.
Annette, you are a true inspiration to me.